What else? What else should we know?
QR codes. Let's talk about those for a minute. We're doing some fucking crazy shit that I got to talk about.
Love it.
We all know what a QR code is. Finally, again, it's not fucking 12 years ago when you walk up to a Powerade vending machine and see a QR code.
COVID pushed those, man. Everyone, COVID.
Look at my menu.
If you drink beer, you know what a QR code is.
My
You gotta
my
hit it
mother
to
knows
find the
that.
menu. Yeah.
Dude, I say on stage, like my 7-year-old daughter to my 75-year-old mother, put a fucking QR code in front of them. They are going to know what. My daughter doesn't have a phone. My mom doesn't know how to use hers, but if they both were together and had one, they would know what to do with the QR code. The idea is that I was sitting up one night, probably making great decisions, burning one at 2 a.m. or something, and I'm staring at a fucking QR code on a TV commercial. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? I think it was Shark Tank or something was on one of the later episodes. And I saw they flashed a QR code and there wasn't enough time to take a picture of it. I'm like, okay, these aren't going anywhere now. They made it to corporate. We're stuck for 10 years. These motherfuckers are on TV commercials and people that have no clue what to do with them are running them, not going anywhere. COVID did it. Sitting thinking like, okay, when you get, let's say we all go to dinner or whatever. And there's a QR code on the table, one for the beer, one for the food, right? And we scan it. They don't know if fucking Ed, Mark, John, whoever scanned the QR code. They have no fucking idea. They have a timestamp. They might have some other shitty data from like QR code generator that you can see, but they don't know the person. So I'm thinking like, okay, what happens when you get direct mail? 4 things happen. If the direct mail has a QR code, you get the mail, you throw it away. You get the mail, you scan the QR code and you don't do anything. You get the mail, you scan the QR code and you fill out the form, send the text and then don't convert. Or the best thing possible, you get the mail, you scan the QR code, you fill out the form and you convert. You buy, you book the call, you do whatever. Is it fair to say that it would be very, very valuable if you knew someone scanned the QR code and didn't do anything else? Would that be like interest? We could agree that's a good form of interest that we would all want to know about as marketers.
Top of funnel, getting there.
So now fucking it's a traditional funnel. So now you're like, okay, scan the QR code. It'd be the equivalent of like watching a video for a lookalike audience or retargeting off a landing page or some shit, right? So I started thinking like, you guys ever got like a postcard in the mail from the fucking car dealership? And they're like, hey, Ed, I want to buy your 2009 Cadillac Escalade. And it has a shitty picture of the Escalade and the thing, but they got your data, right? It's called variable printing. And so what you can do, Toys R Us used to do this shit. Like if Nick had a boy and a girl, and they knew the girl was born in April, they would send a pink mailer with a picture of a baby girl on it instead of a blue one with a boy. It's called variable data printing. So I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, variable images, QR codes. I have the patent pending filed through it's through a trust or whatever, however the fuck my partnership sets this up. But basically, we have this shit where you can upload a list. We generate a QR code for every single person on the list. And now you get a whisper.
Oh, here we go.
Mail to someone. Now the trigger based part. Think if you fucking did a reactivation, Nick, if you had a previous customer list and now they scan the mail and it triggers a fucking sequence in high level, or it goes into, now you go into sales prospecting for that car dealership that's trying to buy Ed's fucking 2019 Escalade because you just bought the new one or whatever. The idea is like, you can now say, I'm going to use this for my agency. I'm going to send out 100 of these things to a chiropractor. They fucking scan the thing. Who am I calling today on my call list? So the QR codes, yeah, I get a little hopped up about those things.
That's awesome because you can take that, and if you've got your pixel on there, if you've got tracking on there, then I'm running a video on YouTube, I'm hammering them on Facebook, I'm getting in front of them where they're like, we see you everywhere.
Specific Loom video recorded base. So when I go to that 52 weeks of dope thing I was talking about, guys, we got this built out so fucking crazy where like I could put everyone on the call on a mailing sequence. And because I have a different, like, I'll get in the weeds with this because how it should be used, you have, if you did a 4x4, like what Mark was talking about for doing for his client in Florida, you'd have one QR code for each client. And over that 4 weeks, you would know how many times it got scanned. You could check the timestamp of the scan to see Karen scanned it week 1. She didn't scan it week 2, but she scanned it 3 times on week 3. So Karen's got a QR code that's following her. I'm going harder with it. I'm going to where Nick is going to have a different fucking QR code every week so I can see what he converted on. This is why we rebuilt our website in HubSpot, because now I can see where I'm sending you, what page you're going to, the interaction. I'm not having to use Hotjar or any of that shit for the site traffic, and it all kind of funnels in. So when we're trying to get acquired, guys. We're trying to exit. When I can go to the investors and tell the story like, I generate 10 leads and this is what the fuck happened. It's like, add a couple zeros, guys, because we got some shit, you know.
So that's actually cool, because if that person scans the QR code 3 times, then I can just say when that happens, they get cookies.
Give them a velocity score, Mark. Exactly. So this is where we're going with this data stuff that we're doing. Is it's back to Ed, what you were asking about the prospecting. What if you could have on a dashboard a score getting equated? So like, we are always looking for agency partners that actually know what the fuck they're doing. Because guys, I'm never going to run fucking Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I love you guys. Bless your hearts. I'll never go back to it ever again in my life. I want agencies that we can partner with that have the dashboard. So all these whispers get tied together. That populates a lead. We're all familiar with lead scores and shit. The lead scores based off this data with those interactions. You talk about quality now. Nick's not going to be telling too many people about you need to answer the fucking phone because these people were beating the fucking door down based on the score.
I like it.
That's beautiful.